for the system, actually. I would never have expected this. That an emergency service system, I don't know how it should be escalated. Is it from my local police that should be informing the emergency system that when you hear about beer, you should actually take note? Or I don't know who needs to be addressing this appropriately, because I've just been informed that 99 calls about beer have been taken as hawks calls. One who laughed about blowing up 271 people. The last word a woman speak on a, she said, "I'm opting out." Boom, the plane was up in flames. The next clip was a man, the one survivor, who was wearing a white shirt and it looked pink stained like blood. So I'm reporting this man because last year, no, it's not last year now, we're in 2026, so in 2024, my ex-partner and I were getting studio speakers, and these guys tried to steal the sound card. So they went to meet the delivery people at the door. We can hear each other so audibly in our corridor. They jumped out after my buzzer had rung. The first delivery guy brought in the stuff. The second one, he was about to put our sound card at flat 4 Oak House instead of coming to knock at my door. So I just happened to step out to check because I noticed that, okay, there could be something else coming. So I just stepped out at the door and saw this guy, redhead guy, beard. He was about to put it on their doorstep. But he almost fell over trying to lift it up towards me now to say, okay, here you go. He couldn't even hide it. That wasn't a mistake. He had actually been told, put it at our door. This is not a thing that you just imagine or you dream up. Now I've had to put two cameras, one at my front door and the other one at the patio doors. The lady opposite has had to put a camera. She may have cooperated with these guys before, but now she's had to put a camera at her door. These criminals are not petty criminals. They're organized criminals. Deranged, deluded. They explain their crimes as appearing kind. They're very cruel people. They try to justify their crimes as doing something for someone. They call people and tell people, apparently they have years of experience of making people jobless and homeless. And so they call companies, even individuals who are at work, after someone like me has spoken to them. So Beer's interest with me is very, very deranged. He goes between calling them to tell them that I'm his wife and they shouldn't do anything for me because he's sorting things out, or I'm mentally ill. Apparently just now, after calling the police to let them know that Beer is amplifying his voice into my bedroom again. His audience is at a distance because he's always live streaming. I could not even explain to the lady what I know and what I've already reported. That these guys started filming me. The two ladies who were in that flat before started filming me like a vengeance attack strategy that, some people do against their exes when they want to shame them in front of the whole world or something. They might go in and bug someone's property and be like filming and exposing them, like we're even high school kids. I'm sure people have seen it on movies and things. I don't know if it's anything has come up in the news, except for the case of the woman in 2024, or was it 2025 actually, in the summer. She was compensated about 38 to 39 thousand pounds in the UK. She was living alone and she was being sexually assaulted. So the situation is not at all a game or something that you belittle. Because now it's not only just happening to me. I know in this block that people are quite intimidated and afraid of being pulled into that flat, because when people don't have money, these guys seem to have experience with the prostitution gang sort of approach, sexual predation. So, oh God, I know there's many people I used to know from my community. Since these guys accessed my systems and things, they've lured many people into their flat. I know there's been women who've been raped and there are men who've been raped. People who've been offered things and then regretted it. People who thought they were being celebrated or promoted, only to find out that they've been lured into destruction. So no, I don't take it lightly that someone has the capability. So as I've explained, when we were getting a studio, they competed and got a studio too. Quite similar products. And there's people who hack me. They see what I'm getting and they want to get that too. So their audience is busy announcing a lot of things, even crimes. Sometimes they'll say it in their own voices, sometimes they won't. They'll use the audience to be reading out what they're saying. So for people with such capability of developing weapons, biological weapons, oh God, and capability to be able to blow up planes, just from burglary first. I mean, the defamation for me is too much. Going from calling me a childminder to saying I'm their maid. The worst is being called Zubia's wife. Oh my God. There's no way I would stand by a man like that. A man who would senselessly brutalize a woman and then try to use it as an excuse to cover up his crimes, to say he will marry the woman to cover up his crimes because he owes me so much. No. I had to tell his father once he suggested go over there and propose marriage. As soon as I spotted him walking out of the flat, I said, "Sorry, sir. Your son is a criminal." I had to tell him directly. Earlier in that week, another woman was saying to Zubia, shouting that I was sitting outside on my patio. And she was saying, "No, Zubia, this woman is not in love with you. She'll never marry you." You know, it's as if he tries to convince people or tries to convince himself and engage in these futile conversations. And then starts explaining how he's doing things for me. So Zubia has done nothing for me but criminal things, criminal attacks, admitting to burgling me, taking my property documents. With Hannah, they'll be laughing and saying, "Wait until she sees what we've taken this time." That's last summer. So I just got a text message that said, "I'm calling 999 unnecessarily and too often." So I was asking the person attending to the call, because my screen started flashing. I could not go back into the text messages. These guys are serial hackers. In 2020, when I moved in, I had this gadget. I've had it for a very long time. It's quite a, what can I say? Quite a reliable gadget. All in one processor. Apparently they've been phased out now. They're probably too good for their time. But I still have mine. These guys cloned my IP address. so they can see whatever I'm doing. They can turn it off. They can copy things, take money. I actually have a screenshot of when Zubir hacked my other laptop. I was looking into an Amazon business opportunity and then thought, let me leave it for a few hours because I was tired. By the time I came back into it, it was on a Sunday. You know, you click on to the empty box to get your automated information, you know, uploaded into the system. And right below my name pops up Zubir Francis. I couldn't believe it. My doors were now locked. I changed my key barrel to the patio doors. Those are the doors he was accessing. Anna was accessing the front door, so I keep that one chained up because the locksmith couldn't even finish the job of changing that barrel. I will digress if I get into that one. Oh my goodness. So because they can't get into my flat now, Zubir actually made it obvious and put his name on my laptop. The vengeance attack thing was started by Hannah and that other girl. I've put her name in the other video. I don't care to be saying their names all the time. Trust me, it's not fair. A lot more of us should be standing up to these guys. It's ridiculous that emergency services have not been updated on how to approach these calls, these reports. Because sometimes you can't even access the keypad when these guys start doing things. And they've been laughing about it, that they do it so that I seem paranoid. When I manage to actually hack, it's now becoming as if I'm having a hack, like when you find a way of doing something, they call it a hack. So like maybe when you start something out, how you hack something or how you fix something, not like the hackers, the criminal things. So when you finally manage to do something, it's becoming like oh wow, a miracle. Whereas the phone should just work, but it's being disabled. And these guys actually will be saying, wait, let me show you how she's going to look paranoid because she won't be able to access anything on her phone. From 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. yesterday, I couldn't access my phone. I don't know what they got upset about. But later in the day, they got upset about me not leaving the police station. I had to go and submit the information I had to handwrite, record during those hours while they had stopped my phone from functioning. That live audience was saying a lot of things, even from the night before. Professionals who are trained and expected to know how to escalate radicalism. NMC registered professionals. Goodness, why you would lose your pen over supporting someone like Zubir Francis? A totally deranged, humiliating human being. I really don't know if these women are queuing up for relationships or marriage to this guy. But I do understand their background is prostitution. And as confessed, if you see the previous video, one of them was trying to recruit me during the early years of arriving in the UK. It's a total shambles. My heart aches for the Zimbabwean community in the UK. These guys are disabling me from even mingling